Oh, my gosh. What an enticing, tantalizing trailer that is right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's starring our good friend who's here with us right now, DB. Break it down.
Run the credits?
You want to run the credits?
Yes.
Run the credits.
Run the credits, kid.
All right, Clueless. I know he gets that.
Big round of applause for Clueless. Fuck that.
Yes.
That still pay the bills.
Waiting to exhale.
Come on, man. He was just a kid then.
New Jersey Drive.
All right.
Jersey, stand up.
He was a thief.
Scrubs with his good friend Zach Braff.
He was faking a doctor.
But I have to bring up Remember the Titans because the guy that he played, P.D. Jones, recently passed away.
He did, yes.
And so we have to give our respects to that. But
Absolutely.
he's here with us now. Not P.D., but Donald Faison is here with us.
Petey's here in spirit.
He's here in spirit.
Donald Faison.
Donald Faison is here.
Don, you look good, brother.
Thank you very much.
You in the gym?
A little bit.
Yeah, what's your regimen?
I try to go every day for 2 hours.
Wow, that's a little bit.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
Monday through Sunday, dog?
Monday through Saturday, 5 days a week. I don't have like abs or anything like that, but I lift some weights and I like to, do a little bit of MMA and stuff like that.
Oh, shit. You even took it further. So you getting beat up on the side of your head, too?
No. I'm not necessarily sparring with anybody,
okay, all right.
but I like to learn the technique of striking.
Just in case.
Yeah, just in case.
You ever had to do that? You ever fight since you've been a celebrity?
No, and I hope I never have to. That would be the worst thing ever, just to come outside of a restaurant and have another actor run up on you like, yo, man, you got that part.
I feel like you'd be excited since you know what to do.
Nah, but everybody knows what to do. And you know what I mean? You know everybody kind of knows something in the industry. And if they don't, they will at some point. They'll learn.
Okay.
Just
for their personal defense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we don't, rappers have bodyguards and, stuff like that. And even rappers, look at Wiz Khalifa, man.
Yeah,
I work out with Wiz every now and then.
You work out with
Oh,
Wiz?
wow.
Yeah.
Do you spar with Wiz?
No, I do not spar with Wiz. But we'll hit gloves. That's about it. But he's deep into it. You know what I mean? And his MMA, he was a skinny dude when he came into the gym, and now Wiz got muscles and everything like that. So yeah.
Donald Faison, man. You know what I like about Donald? Like how many? You got six?
6 kids.
6 kids. I don't know how you find the time to work out 2 hours every day, but somehow you figured that shit out.
A lot of them are in Los Angeles.
Okay.
Most of them are in Los Angeles. I have one kid in Brooklyn, but my young kids and my teenager and my college kids, they're in LA. So when I'm not in LA and I'm here, I'm in Jersey City shooting Emergence right now. So because of that,
That's my hometown.
That's where? What
you
is that?
from Jersey City?
Born and raised.
Okay, so it's a different town than where you.
Oh
than
no,
how
it's
you
the
grew
same.
up.
No, it's the same town.
Downtown? Yeah, that's where I live.
So I didn't move downtown until 1990. And what I'll tell you about then, so me, Queen Latifah, Omar Epps, we were all downtown. Them not being from Jersey City, but from the Jersey area, they came down and something was starting to happen, but you didn't know. Sway, when I tell you there's like Donald Trump buildings and towers and stuff happening down there, it is, they've moved everybody out.
It's gentrified for sure.
So we learning something Heather, Omar Epps, and Queen Latifah started the gentrification of downtown.
Y'all brought the money. Y'all brought the money.
So let me just tell you how it happens, because Sway has been explaining this to us with Oakland, because we're not from the West Coast, so we didn't know. So they took a pencil factory called Dixon Mills. If you ever look at your number 2 pencil, they're all Dixon Mills pencils. They took a pencil factory and converted it into condos or high-end apartments, and that's where Omar and Latifah moved into. They were new to the area. It just started going up and up, Sway, and it people started seeing celebrities, and it pushed everybody out, and now people cannot afford to live there. Now it's just ridiculous.
It is
I can't
expensive.
even imagine now. I literally moved from that area and bought a house
Right on.
18 years ago because I couldn't afford my apartment.
Damn.
It was just, you were just throwing money away.
It was cheaper to buy a house than to live
yeah.
downtown Jersey City.
Donald Faison is here, man. We talking gentrification, and he's helping to perpetuate that whole idea right now. He moved to Jersey City. They use him to get people to come in the building.
But you
Donald Faison, and you watch, they probably say Scrubs because that was that real mainstream thing.
That was very mainstream.
Yeah, so they probably
Hopefully Emergence will be mainstream like Scrubs.
Yes,
I like how he
be.
did that. That's
He
a pro
switched it right
right
around.
there.
Bring it back.
You never, I rarely see you in controversy. Is it because of look at your eyes lit up?
He's like, where's this going?
I rarely see it, man.
Would you like to see me in controversy?
He don't want no smoke, is what he tried to tell you, Sway.
I don't.
Faison drunk in Jersey City.
He's in the nice part of Jersey City.
That could happen.
Stay off of Grove Street. Stay off of Grove Street.
Stay away from Grove Street, right? Shout out Hudson Hall.
I admire that, man. Sometimes you don't ask for it; it just fall into your lap.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How's the scrubs, motherfucker?
Right. Well, you hope that's what I'm telling you. You hope that doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen.
Yeah, you hope that doesn't
I
happen.
hope it doesn't happen because I got a daughter who's so immersed in my world now that I'm scared of embarrassing her.
Yeah, I'm definitely afraid of embarrassing my kids.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And my wife.
Yeah.
Right. That's a fact.
In that order. Absolutely. She's a shooter. All right, let's talk about Emergence. So this is taking place on Long Island?
It's taking place on Long Island. It's a police chief finds a kid at the site of a plane crash, and the little girl doesn't have a scratch on her, but she also doesn't remember who she is or where she comes from. And the police chief, played by Allison Tolman, who was on Fargo. I don't know if you guys watched Fargo the first season. She takes the little girl in, and I play her ex-husband, and we have a daughter together. And I'm like, how are you taking this little girl in? First of all, you're breaking the law. You're not going through proper protocol to bring the girl here. Yeah. And also, she's saying that this little girl is being chased after by mysterious people. And I'm like, and you're bringing this into the house with our daughter? And I play somewhat of an obstacle, but as we move along in the show, I do become Team Piper, who's the little girl that was found.
She's something that's kind of different about Piper though, right?
Yeah.
How soon is that revealed?
We reveal that pretty soon.
Okay.
We reveal in the first episode you'll learn something. In the second episode you'll learn something. That's the one thing that we are trying to do. First of all, the writers Michelle and Tara, they both have a plan for where the show's going to go, and so it's not us making something up as it goes along. There's a whole story arc for the next 4 seasons, if God willing it happens when we get to be on television that long. But you're going to get answers. We're never going to tease you. We're always going to give you answers after every episode or during the episode, and all that does is make you have more questions.
Okay, that's the new hook now, right? Because
it's the truth.
It's the truth. Okay. That's really the approach. But a lot of times they leave these cliffhangers, and you kind of got to figure that shit out.
No, we're going to give you all the answers you want, but the answers that we give you are just going to make it so that you want to know more.
Donald Faison is here.
Because you've done multiple seasons of television, and we've had other actors who have come up who didn't get to have like that series finale, and a lot of fans were just kind of left wondering like, well, damn, what was going to happen with these characters and things like that. So obviously, like you said, you never know. Are we going to get to explain the entire arc of the story the way the direction they want to go? So how do the writers get to determine, like, okay, what should we give them now just in case something doesn't, continue on? Or is that sort of a collaborative decision?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I would plan on just telling the story the way I wanted to tell the story. And if it doesn't go that way, then it doesn't go that way. And when we find out we're getting canceled, let's try and wrap it up as quick as possible. But if it were me, I would just put it out. I would lay the game plan down and then stick to the plan the whole way through.
Are you EPing projects or directing projects? Because who has more experience than you? Like,
there are quite a few people that have more.
Okay. Okay. Great. But other than those hundreds of thousands,
right. I'm not actually. I don't know that I have the stamina to be a director or the stamina to EP a project. I really enjoy acting. That's something that, I've been doing for a really long time, and the adventure and the thrill of this could be my last job is what keeps me motivated to keep it moving. You know what I mean? And I don't know that I have the stamina to be like, to be a producer and to have to deal with all of that.
What would have been some of the hard? Because when you see Donald Faison, you automatically smile. And I remember Jerry Springer was here a week and a half ago.
That would have made me smile.
Okay, so Jerry talked about, we was like, how you get all these jobs? He said, after each job, one is handed to me.
Wow.
We credited that to white privilege. You know what I mean? But every time he got one job left, another,
It's true. That's
came
what he
into
said.
his hands. Like what has been?
I wish it was like that for me.
How hard? Like when was it hard for you?
After Scrubs,
Okay.
it was very difficult, and after Clueless too. Well, not so much after Clueless, but after Scrubs for sure. I'm still known as Turk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when I went on the audition for Emergence, I remember going and meeting my wife at our kids' soccer practice after and being like, babe, I don't think they're going to give me the part. I honestly believe all they saw was Turk.
Mm-hmm.
And the creators of the show, Michelle and Tara, they tell the story where it was like I came in there and they were like, okay, it's Donald Faison, the kid who played Turk. He's probably not going to get the part, but let's give him a shot anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And then after my audition, they were like, oh shit, he just got the part. And they gave me the opportunity to be on the show. But it took a lot of, Scrubs has been off the air for 10 years almost now.
Yeah.
And I've worked my way through the entertainment industry by doing jobs that I never thought I would do to make money to be able to send my kids to school and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And for them to give me that opportunity, thank God they saw something in me because, like I said, every job, it feels like this is the last one. This could be the last one. And so you got to keep it.
You got to keep it going.
Keep it going.
Man,
Give everything
that's
you got.
what makes you
That's
gifted,
real.
Donald Faison. Give me an example, of a job you never thought you would do.
All right, so I'm doing a Star Wars, of a job that I never thought I'd do.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a couple of those. At one point, I was at the Grove in Hollywood. I don't know if y'all know what that
We know
is.
the Grove.
Yeah.
I was pimping Hershey candy bars in a doctor's suit to make cash. And it came with like a satellite tour and everything where I'm sitting in front of a screen with Hershey's candy bars and everything like that, talking about buy this Snickers. Pretty much. That's what I was, you know what I mean? And I remember being at the Grove and they paid me quite a bit of money to do that shit.
Okay.
Right, like a lot of money.
You couldn't pass it
And
up.
I couldn't say no. But I remember being at the Grove and seeing people walk by and being like, my own insecurities. They're probably thinking, oh, this is what he's up to nowadays.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but they paid a lot of money, so
Hey, man.
I ain't mad at it.
Hey, look at you now. You're doing Emergence, kid. That's
and now we back on television. Now we back on network television.
Yeah,
So
that network check is different, son.
it's not just that. It's also, there are a lot of ways to be on television, but nothing like network television. ABC has been good to me.
Donald Faison. Tyler's on the line from the A. Tyler, what you want to say?
I'm from Savannah, Sway.
What up, brother? How you doing? What you want to say?
What up?
I'm blessed. All right, so I'm an actor as well. I was just wondering for Mr. Faison, see you sing and remember the Titans and everything. I always been a fan. But I was just wondering, how did you get your big break? Because I know it's hard for a lot of actors to break out in the industry. It all depends on really the agency and stuff like that too. So how did you break out and everything?
So I grew up in a theater. My parents were a part of the National Black Theater in Harlem, and they would put their kids in shows. So my parents and their best friends and everything, they would put their children in plays. And so at a very young age, I knew what it was like to be a professional because we would go on tour with play. Literally, my parents kind of were the plug. They jump-started everything for it. And where other kids didn't necessarily want to do it, I knew then at 5 years old, I wanted to be an actor. And so that's how I kind of got into it. And then when the opportunity came and, agencies used to have this thing called open calls where they would just see a bunch of kids. And the opportunity came and I went and got an agent. And, from that, the rest is history. But it takes a long time. Even after getting an agent, I remember I got my first job that I ever went out on, and I thought it was going to be cake. And I didn't work for years after, years. And it takes perseverance. You gotta be in it to win it. And it might take forever. You might be 50 years old when you get your first job. That's the way it is, you know what I mean? But the minute you say, I'm not gonna do it anymore, I'm gonna do something else, you've taken such a step back, and you're so far behind, and getting back in will be even more difficult.
Hey, Tyler, thanks for your question. We got one more caller. Is it Ancelea?
Sway, look what my name is, Angelia.
Oh, Angelia. All right, okay, all right. We got a new intern here. The spelling wasn't his thing. He's more of a math guy. From St. Paul. What is your question?
Good morning to Sway and Heather and the whole
Hey, good morning.
Hey.
Hello. What's up?
Hey.
I just wanted to ask you, Faison, I watched you off of Clueless. What has kept you on in this industry, and were you on before Clueless?
I did a bunch of movies before Clueless that you might have seen but missed me in them.
Don't blink.
So Juice was my first movie. I'm at the locker with Omar Epps, and
You clowned him about not going to class.
right, and then he talks about how he wants to kick my ass after school.
Yeah.
That was the first one. I did New Jersey Drive. I played Tiny Dime in that. This is all before Clueless. And then Sugar Hill with Wesley Snipes.
Oh, my gosh.
Damn,
you
you got some
died.
classics,
Yeah, you
though.
died. But his death in Sugar Hill?
Yeah, I was a kid getting gunned down. Yeah.
Did I do good?
I was there for you, Romello. With blood coming out of his
mouth.
yeah, all of that. Yeah.
Yo, you the best dyer in the game, boy.
I remember that's all I did was died in movies, in every movie.
Yeah, man.
I either got sunned or died.
Yeah. Hey, did you ever freestyle with Pac on the set?
No. No. This is before Pac was Pac. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And I remember after the movie, I think it premiered at Lowe's downtown on 44th Street. Remember that theater? It's a playhouse now. They do plays there now.
That's
But
where all the hoes were, all the pimps and prostitutes were back
no,
then.
it was on.
He said Lowe's.
Oh,
Sway.
Lowe's.
Yeah.
My bad.
I didn't say. Come on.
Well, 42nd Street had that at
Right.
one time.
That did. It
Yeah,
did have that big
did
time.
happen.
Right.
History buff.
And nice.
You gotta love it here, Sway.
So what happened?
No place
And
like it.
the movie ended, and I remember everybody just being blown away with Pac's performance in the movie. And he walked around the corner, and I never seen it was like he had a glow about him and everything like that. When he walked around the corner, everybody was like, "Oh, shit, dude, he's out of here. He's gonna be amazing." And this is before I knew he was a rapper or anything like that. I just thought he was a really good actor, and he killed that role. You know what I mean? And I remember when we auditioned, I auditioned for Steel for that movie, and it was me, Omar. You all remember Chill from Groovy Chill. He was up for the Pac role and everything like that. And Jermaine was there, and Ernest Dickinson, who directed the movie, he had us all hang out together for like a day, and we all had to audition for the role in front of each other too, which was real crazy. You know what I mean? And he would pair us. He kept mixing and matching us, but Pac wasn't there. And so I thought Daryl Chill got the role. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, he's gonna get this role. He's killing it. And then Pac got the role, and I was like, I don't know who this Tupac is.
Were you hating at first?
No, never.
Oh,
No. Like we all, I like the East Coast West Coast beef. That's when everybody hated at that point in time. But you hated somebody.
Yeah. It was Donald Faison is here, man. This dude, we could do a 15-part series on his career, man.
That's crazy.
Man, salute to you. Emergence
For
is
real.
premiering Tuesday, September 24th at 10 p.m. on ABC.
Talk to him.
You know that stands for All About Cash. There you go, baby. All right, that's it. No, I just threw that in there.
All about
cash. There you
Get
go.
the Ebonics
All
on
right,
it.
Heather, almost there.
I know, Sway.
I like to give you the visual. You got to
You
complete.
need more cake.
You got to complete the image.
Who brought the cake in?
Oh, a guy made us these cakes. They're adult desserts.
Yeah,
it's
Buns
rum
by
cake?
Rod.
Peach peach Crown Royal and caramel Crown Royal. They're really good.
Take a piece, man.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
He's working
working
out
out?
like 2
Okay.
hours.
All right.
You want that scandal, don't you?
Sway trying to get you in trouble. Yeah.
Yo, make that go,
Please
make that
don't
go
know.
viral. Make that go viral.
I don't want that. I don't want that smoke
You don't want the
from
smoke?
nobody.
All right.
Please, I'm happy not having beef with anybody.
Well, let's bring them some smoke. Let's get into Celebrity Wire.
Celebrity Wire.
All these famous people are doing some crazy things.
Sounds like good gossip to me.
On Sway in the morning.
All right, joining us for Celebrity Wire, we got the one and only, our good friend Donald Faison hanging out with us, man. Any story you like to chime in, feel free to, Donald. All right? And not about you. You're safe. Who are they about, Tracy G?
But a fellow thespian whose first name also starts with a D, Demi Moore. She has a new memoir. It's called Inside Out. And one of the stories that is snagging all the headlines is her revealing that her ex-husband, Ashton Kutcher, they had 2 threesomes. That's not so surprising amongst pedestrian couples and Hollywood couples. But the part that's making everyone say, whoa, is the fact that she regrets it. And she's going into some detail. She's saying that he used these encounters to explain his self out of cheating on her. So here's the deal. She says she wanted to show him how great and fun she could be. Remember, they have a big age difference, so maybe that was part of the influence. Then she goes on to say how she saw media reports that Ashton had met a 21-year-old woman while bowling with her daughter, who was on the show, Sway in the Morning Citizen, Rumor Willis, and cheated on her with this chick that he met in their home while Demi was away out of town filming a movie.
She put that in a book?
Yes, and when she confronted him, he brought up their threesomes as a defense. This is what's written in the book. She said, because we had brought a third party into our relationship, Ashton said, that blurred the lines and to some extent justified what he'd done, adding that it was to deflect blame.
Okay, Donald.
Oh my gosh.
As a married man, would that be something you would consider?
Nah, I'm gonna stay away from threesomes.
Yeah.
I'll
yeah.
let that just be the fantasy.
Yeah.
I'll stick to that being a fantasy because it does blur lines. You know what I mean?
Do you concern yourself with an ex putting that kind of detail in a book? That's the part that, like, damn.
Or what Bruce Willis thinks, like reading shit like that. You know what I mean?
Like, Bruce, like, we never did that.
It's Hollywood, man. It's I guess it's all up for
par for the course.
Yeah, I guess so. You know what I mean? You pillow talk, it's gonna get out there.
Especially if you're dating an artist of some form.
Absolutely. So you got to watch what you say, even to the ones that you think it's forever with, because they leave you and you leave them, or you do them wrong, or they do you wrong. Guaranteed that your story is going to be told by her to someone else.
Yeah, in detail.
In detail, too.
Plus, I think it's the age difference thing. Like, her story, her excuse was she wanted to show him how fun she can be. Like, at what point? What are you talking about? You know what I mean? What was it? It was a big age difference.
What, like 12 years or something? 20, 15?
It might have been more than that.
It
might have been more than 12.
Definitely double digits.
But then think of who he was at that time, too. With Punk'd was big. He had a bunch of movies. He was the fun guy. That was his whole,
that 70s show.
Yeah, that was his whole image.
Demi's 56 and he's 41.
15.
So that's like 15. Yeah, you gotta. That ain't my idea of fun.
Yeah.
You gotta find something else to do.
Right.
Come get this cake.
What else you got?
Get this cake.
Get the cake with the buns by Rod. Cake,
Get some chicken or something, right? Donald, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Throwing my leg all around with another girl. Shit.
Well, staying in that subject matter.
Watch your man just like going ham on this other chick. Oh man, because you know he going ham.
Right. What would happen if she was like, let's do it the other way though?
2 guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
that never works.
Niggas never want that. And that's a fantasy for so many women. And they just have to,
suppress it.
Gotta eat that one, kid.
Enjoy it in their head.
Oh, you killing me! You're killing me! Like in front of the husband.
And you're watching like, wait a minute, I've never heard that octave.
Move out the way, nigga. It's my turn.
You could put a poster up.
Real quick.
Get out of here.
God.
Move out the way.
Move out the way.
And then you go in, she ain't saying nothing.
Exactly.
Him again.
Did
Hi,
you buy
Cleveland.
milk today, baby?
Hi, Cleveland.
What else you got, Tracy?
Dennis Rodman. He's claiming that Madonna offered him $20 million to get her pregnant. He said in an interview that back in the day, I had no idea, but they used to be fuck buddies for some time.
Oh, we all knew that.
Everybody knew that.
Oh, well, maybe
You're showing
I
your
wasn't paying
age.
attention.
You showing your youth right there.
You're showing your age.
I don't mind showing it in that form then. Yeah, I had no idea. This is back in 93, so I was just caring about jump roping outside back then. Anyways, so here's the deal. They said when he was in Vegas, she was like, oh, let's fly out, yada, yada. And then she said, if you get me pregnant and the child is born healthy, then 20 million will be yours.
That's pretty much saying you can't be in the child's life. Did it come with any stipulations? I'm gonna give you 20, so I'm gonna raise the kid. Don't cause me no problem.
He didn't go into the fine print of it. It was just about the amount.
Would you? Well, I can't talk to Donald. He done spent about 20 on kids. I already know your answer. I had a woman tell me when we were in our 20s, by the time we became 35, that if neither one of us
had kids,
that she would want me to, what do you say, father her child.
But would it be you be
a part of the kid's life? Well, if I father the child, there's no option.
Right. That's
so and now I think
do you
she
think
wanted,
Dennis was looking at it that way?
If he had fathered, I think he would wanted to be in his child life. Absolutely. Dennis Rodman, absolutely. He's a loving person.
But then she could throw the 20 million in his face, like, no.
Yeah.
You got paid, dog. That's
right. Be out.
But at the end of the day, he gonna win that.
Right.
He's gonna win that.
I wonder if he has kids. I never really hear him talk about
Yeah,
kids.
he does. His kid plays basketball too, and is nice. Apparently.
Oh, really?
Get on the mic, Leak. I know you're new to this.
Oh, sorry. I think one of the kids is an adult. One of the kids is a little bit younger than me.
Okay.
He has a daughter named Alexis, a son, Dennis Jr., and another daughter named Trinity.
Do one of them play basketball?
I believe so, yes. Probably Dennis Jr.
All right, cool. Donald Faison hanging out. Give me one good story on the way out, Tracy.
Good story. Let's speak about the rich getting richer. Forbes put out their list of highest paid hip hop acts of 2019.
Okay. Here we go.
I'll give you the top 5. Let's do
From 5
that.
down. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, Travis Scott.
Wow.
58 million.
My man Travis Scott.
His tour did really well.
Yeah.
He got the deal with Netflix to do the documentary about the tour. Diddy, Diageo helps him out aplenty, 70 million.
Damn.
Yeah, Drake.
Diddy made 70 million. He just stay making money.
He just
this is all pre-tax.
He stay making money.
You got to be happy about
So
that.
Rock.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, this ain't through rap. Not him rapping.
Nah.
No,
Okay.
just the fact that he's a hip-hop public figure.
Got it.
Yeah. And then Drake, 75 million.
Okay.
Not surprised. Drake is the highest streaming artist.
He averages 75 million easily a year, and that's just what we know. I know they got something tucked away in some Canadian bank account somewhere. All right, go ahead.
And for the first time, there's a switch up. So at number 2 is Hove, Jay-Z, 81 million. The bulk of that coming from the tail end of his tour of his wife, Beyonce. And so number 1 is comeback season. Kanye West, 150 million.
Ooh.
From them Yeezys.
Wow.
First time he's ever been above his big brother.
Ooh, you're going to hear a lot of shit talking in that new album.
No, that new album's about Jesus.
We'll see.
It's called Jesus is King. That's his gospel album.
Okay,
that's
great.
coming out.
Good. Well, you'll hear it around the album, perhaps. All right. Thank you, Tracy G. Y'all want to talk to Tracy? You can.
Instagram, Twitter, at It's Tracy G, ITSTRACYG.
Yo, what was your best year, man?
My best year?
Yeah.
I've had a few really, really, really good years. I turned 45 this year.
Oh, congratulations.
And I'm looking at this.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it like the MJ 45 when he came back.
Yeah, baby.
He won 3 more championships after
baby.
that.
Let's go. Donald Faison. Don't forget to watch Emergence. Help them get there.
Please do.
This coming Tuesday.
Right. All of this means nothing if you don't watch.
Okay. ABC, 10 p.m. That's Tuesday night. Donald's always good to see you, man.
Support.
Give out your social so people can follow you.
You can follow me at Donald_Azon. That's on Instagram. And on Twitter, it's Donald_Faison. Azon, I was drunk and I
Grove Street.
Yeah, and I missed that while creating my Instagram account. I was drunk and I missed the F, and it turned into just an _Faison. So follow it for just that purpose alone.
Yeah, that's fun. That's a fun story.
Just for some fun.
Okay, so drunk he didn't even correct it.
No.
Okay.
Let it be. And I didn't know how to correct it. That's
okay,
what
that's what it was. All right, Donald Faison, man. Always good to see you. Once again, Tracy, they can reach you where?
Yes, it's Tracy GITS ACYG everywhere.
It's Friday, ladies and gentlemen. We got our Fire Friday Cypher coming up. Soultronic is going to be playing some beats. Shanti McCoy will be here, as well as Pretty Tsunami is going to be here. Jack Harlow is going to join us with his new album later on in the show.
Nice.
Friday is a special day. Why is that, DJ Wonder?
Because it's Total Request Friday. That means I don't have to work today.
And that means that the citizens can call up, and whatever you request, he's going to work out in the mix, or you hit him on his social.
At DJ Wonder, we're live right now on Instagram. You can go in there, click on my picture, get in the chat, do it that way, or 888-SHADE45. But can we have Donald Faison pick the first song to start off the mix today?
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. Let's put on that Redman, I'll Be There.
Oh,
I'll Be there.
We love it.
Be there. Jersey in the house, stand up.
Oh, my gosh. All right, Sway in the morning, Shade 4-5. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the one and only DJ.